Hey, welcome back to another edition of Roast Beef and Bagels. I want to thank everybody for tuning in last week. Really appreciate it. And Roast Beef here would like to give everyone an opportunity to get more involved with us.
So I made our very first Roast Beef and Bagels shirt.
Nice.
It's an extra large, obviously. You know, I didn't know what. I said you better be a little bigger than smaller. We're gonna give it away. Bagels is gonna go over how you could get that for free mailed to your house.
So what we're going to look for is what we consider the best comment on our video. So it doesn't necessarily have to be this video, but if you comment on this video and we like it, that'll give you an opportunity to win. Otherwise, it's going to roll over to our next week edition. And, stay tuned because we're actually going to give the details on who won and congratulate them, obviously, on the first ever Roast Beef and Bagels t-shirt.
It's going to be a collector's item.
It is going to be a collector's item.
Just like Tito's cup last week, there's going to be a huge collector's item.
I think Tito's going to sell that cup, but that's besides the point.
I think he's on eBay right now.
It might be on eBay.
I just want to say, too, Bagel's birthday was last week. I always get him stuff. I got him a bunch of stuff, but I didn't get it all in on time. So
nice.
I got him. I don't know if you know about Bagels. He likes Lucha Libre. He likes the masks. So I got him a book on a Lucha Libre mask. Nice. And he's a big baker. You guys probably don't know that. But I got him a towel for when he bakes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You didn't have to. I appreciate it. So, what do you want to talk about this week?
It's up to you. There's so many things going on still.
So I know we tried last week. You wanted to talk about local stuff, and you mentioned Mayor Adams. You want to dive into something like that?
Let's go.
All right. So I'm going to start with you. What do you think about the whole situation? What's going on? Thoughts, opinions?
I actually think it's fucked up. I mean, I think Mayor Adams is a flip-flopper, meaning he's a little bit more conservative than most people think, but he's in New York, so he can't be, right? He's going against the Biden administration about the border because he's having problems with the migrants here. And I think the federal government's mad at him, the Democratic Party. So they're just going after him. They're just going after him hardcore. I seen him on the news the other day talking to a bunch of reporters. You can tell he's really fucked up in the head. He doesn't know what to say. All his people, his 3 Banks brothers who were his friends, are all resigned. His deputy mayor, who's with one of the Banks brothers, is not at work. She's temporarily, I think, suspended. And they said today, there was a poll this morning on New York One that said that 67% of his supporters want him to resign, which I thought was interesting. What do you think?
No, I definitely think he got himself in a pickle. I met him once before when he was borough president. I was at a function, and it's funny because, listen to the Curtis Sewell calling him swagger man with no plan. It's kind of the truth. And my first meeting on him, I was calling him Free Meal Eric because he basically showed up to this function right at the time they served dinner. He ate, wanted his presence to be known, made a speech, and then took off. So I was like, man, this dude come for a free meal, and that was it. Listen, obviously, whether you're a liberal or a conservative, most people, when they see someone like that, they get excited, because they think it's some kind of star, if you will.
Celebrity.
Yeah. So there were people like going over to him. Truthfully, I didn't. I mean, I just was like, oh, there's this guy.
Yeah, but you even met at one point. You told me Cuomo, the brother, right? He used to work with you or something.
I worked with him.
Yeah.
He was an attorney first. And we did work together. I mean,
was he that liberal then? No.
Nah, he was fresh out of law school. And it's funny because Howard Stern, who's become a big flip-flopping liberal after being a tough guy, say what you want, do what you want type of person. Howard Stern was running for governor. And I was busting Chris Cuomo's chops because his dad was governor of New York. And I was like, yo, Howard Stern.
Actually, his dad was an old school Democrat. He actually was not a bad guy.
He was actually loved by New York.
Yeah.
big time. So it's kind of funny how the world changes and things happen. But getting back to Adams, I think he got himself in a pickle. Now, with this money stuff that's coming in, apparently, if the feds are going after you, it's not like, your local police. There's a big investigation going on.
It's crazy.
Truthfully, we don't know what's going to happen. I will give him credit for this, though. I'm not a fan of the man at all. I will give him credit for this. When being asked to resign, he's saying no, that he has a city to run. So you got to say this guy's in some trouble, and he'll let the legal end of it handle itself. He's more concerned about New York right now.
Yeah.
He may have said initially, we're going to welcome everyone with open arms, but he sees the damage that it's actually done to this city.
100%.
And now that he did say to the Biden administration, either you give us more money or we can't be a sanctuary city no more, you see now the feds are coming after you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's associated, but it makes you think about if the government really wants to get you in some way.
Yeah, they'll weaponize it. Well, they'll weaponize the FBI. They'll weaponize anything they can to shut you the fuck up. That's the problem. They do it to Trump, they do it to Adams. You think it's about, a party. It's not about a party. It's us against them. It's the people in power against the people who are not in power. And we give the power to them, unfortunately. We shouldn't do that.
It's very sad. It's true. I mean, they shut up Hochul. She made that ridiculous comment about the African-American kids not knowing what a laptop is. I mean, how stupid can you be to say something like that? They shut her down. You didn't hear from her again after she made that ridiculous comment. So it's true. They will weaponize things against you to silence you. Clearly, with things like Trump, you're going to get certain people that are just going to give you the big metal finger and keep going. And I don't know. I think Adams might be one of those people. I mean, again, I'm not a fan of his.
I think he's handled himself well, though. He's not really like, he's saying he wants to handle the city. I agree. I think they're going to force him to resign, dude. I don't think he's going to be in much longer. They're going to make sure that they put so much pressure on him. Technically, he doesn't even live in New York. He lives with his girlfriend in New Jersey. They can use that against him, and the mayor has to live in New York. He has a residence here.
Gracie Mansion, right?
Yeah, but he literally stays by his girlfriend in New Jersey all the time. So I don't know if they could bring that up. But remember, if they could do it to guys like him, they could easily do it, guys. And the hypocrisy for me with the media is really like, so when Biden was running the first time, he made that statement that says, if you don't vote for me, you're not black enough. I mean, that is one of the most racist things I've heard in my life. But if you're on that party or you're on that side and you're on that team, like, people overlook it. So Hochul said some dumb shit. They went after her immediately. She got nervous because she knows what they can do. They can get rid of her quick. She hushed up for a while, apologized and all of that stuff, and now she's back in good graces with the fucking powers that be. It's crazy.
No, it is crazy. So, I mean, I think more is going to unfold with the Adams situation. I mean, obviously, we're just touching the surface with it as far as what's being told to the public. And, I mean, we shall see. I think I actually agree with Roast Beef. I think he's going to be forced to resign. And, I mean, dude, I mean, people out there, think about it. We have no president. Nobody's seen Biden. No. Now, New York has no mayor. I mean, we're running in like I don't want to say a lawless environment, but maybe a governmentless environment where our head politicians are nowhere to be seen. It's actually insane. It's crazy. But we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously more to come. I know we probably didn't speak in great detail about it. We're just touching the surface on it. So
the other thing too is the hurricane this week. Donald Trump goes out and he makes this thing. He has a GoFundMe for the area. And unfortunately, our president is in Delaware in a fucking basement. And the one who's running for president, Miss Harris, she's doing a fundraiser in California instead of going and helping these people. Now, the budget committee just came out and said FEMA only has $700 million or something like that to give the hurricane relief. But we spent over like $7 billion in Ukraine and fucking another fucking billions of dollars with the immigrants. Where's our loyalty to our own citizens? Why don't we take care of our own kind anymore? It's crazy. It's not a left or right thing. It's just a right thing to do. You take care of your population in your country. We're the only country that does this. No other country does this shit.
Yeah, and you know that's actually maybe a good topic for our next show, because it's true. You got a situation. Listen, our heart goes out to those people, the victims of the hurricanes. It's horrible, but you have a situation where you're sending $8 billion to a foreign country that has nothing to do with us. They're not even part of our alliance. The NATO alliance, not even part of it. And we're sending all this aid to them. And meanwhile, you're telling these American families that their lives got completely destroyed, whether it's financial from their homes or people who lost their lives. They're getting $750 each.
That's incredible. Not only that, dude. Then we got the fucking Iran attacking Israel. And it's like we don't want to do nothing. Not that we should run out and defend anybody, to be honest with you. But we know we always defend the Holy Land. We say the right thing about the Holy Land. They're not talking about it. It's like it happened that day and they diverted from it. They went right back to P. Diddy and all this shit. But it's all mind games. Remember, the media says, oh, look over here. Because they don't want you to see what's going on over there. Be a free thinker. Don't get fucking messed up with this media fucking brainwashing on either side.
Yeah.
On either side.
They're definitely afraid of free thinkers, without a doubt. Definitely afraid of free thinkers. Yeah. All right, so we're going to wrap it up for this week. But don't forget, please like, subscribe, and leave us that comment.
Don't forget.
We're going to have our competition. Comment that we like the best. We're going to decide. So it doesn't necessarily have to be for this edition. And we'll come back and tell you, obviously, what we've decided. So thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned. And
ciao.
Cheers.